When cleaning the ECM device or handling filters, always wear powder-free latex or nitrile gloves. Clean and wipe the working area very well with alcohol to remove dust. Working on clean, disposable wipe towels or any other type of disposable task wipe is recommended. To remove the head of the ECM, you must loosen the screws on either side of the removable inlet head. You will not need to remove the screws all the way, as loosening them will allow the inlet head to be released. Once the screws are loosened, gently turn the inlet head counterclockwise to release it from its position. Once the ECM head is released from the device, you may remove the impactor pieces by sliding the cassette release tool underneath one of the bars in the first piece and lifting gently. Remove all impactor pieces and lay them in order on your workspace so that they may be returned to the inlet head in the proper sequence. You may gently clean each piece with a Kimtech wipe and alcohol. After drying, place them back in the inlet in the order shown on the instruction manual. Use the cassette tool to firmly fix the O-ring rubber piece back into its groove. When cleaning and handling, be sure not to stretch the O-ring or it will lose its shape. To reattach the inlet head to the ECM, twist it gently back into place. Be sure that the opening of the inlet is facing the same direction as the buttons on the device, and that the closed side is on the same side as the label. Tighten each screw gently a little bit at a time instead of all at once to avoid tilting the head of the device. To access and open the ECM filter hatch, loosen the lateral screw. There is no need to remove the screw to open the hatch. Open the filter hatch by hand to access the filter inside. Once the filter hatch is open, you may gently remove the U-shaped cassette lock with your fingers, which may be helped by pushing the protruding tab on the left. Upon removal of the cassette lock, the filter cassette will become loose and accessible and may be removed with non-metal tweezers. When loading a new filter that comes in a pre-installed cassette, simply remove the previous cassette and replace it with a new cassette with the new filter inside. The manual can help clarify the top side and the bottom side of the filter cassette for its insertion. Please be sure to follow all necessary steps for labeling, storing, and transporting filters containing samples. When loading a new filter that does not come with a pre-installed cassette, you must unload the first filter and replace it with a new one. After removing the filter cassette, gently release the filter by inserting a small tool into the small hole on the bottom side of the cassette, which will free the two pieces. The filter may be handled with non-metal tweezers. Transfer the filter into an appropriately labeled plastic filter keeper case and follow all appropriate labeling, storing, and transporting protocols. Clean each piece of the filter cassette with alcohol. Then, with non-metal tweezers and taking care not to touch the filter at any time, load the new filter into the cassette. Close the cassette around the filter and replace the cassette into the device. Please refer to the manual for more detailed instructions on how to properly handle filters to avoid damage, preserve samples, and correctly label each piece.